Good morning, good morning, good morning. Shay's Creations, and I just lied. It is nowhere near in the morning. Absolutely not. I'm just used to it being up at like after midnight. And ooh, okay, I just had to flex my back. My back is hurting me. Okay, boys and girls, there is a lot going on. A lot going on right now, and I kid you not. I am almost sure that everyone is feeling it in one way or another. So I'm thankful that I am basically uh, by myself. So there goes that. I am seeing a lot of foolishness going on that makes me really not want to be outside and all that other. No, no, no. If you hear a little doggy, that's not my doggy. That's the dog over there calling me. Cutie pie. But I have been noticing because I'm in a lot of groups. So, and I'm not living in panic. I'm not living in panic. I have already accepted that there are some things coming. I have already been living in preparedness for a very long time. So there is no panic here. The bottom line is if we are ready, we're ready. If we're not, we're not. And that's it. There's some things that we have obviously been able to see we have zero control over. So that's it. I'm working very hard to accept that there's some things I can't change, and I'm trying to work on what I can change. But right now, I'm hoping that I don't jump up because what I'm feeling in my back. Um, but it is a sad state of affairs right now. I'm talking about medically with the side effects of these prescriptions. It is horrible what people have to live on, living on low income housing, people on social security, people who are working and cannot afford to just a basic safe roof over their head. I kid you not, but I am like so tired of hearing some of the things. That's why I've been staying away from social media to a degree, and it helps in one way, then it may not help in others because sometimes you're not aware of what's going on. So today my phone rang, and I was, I almost thought my phone was off because my phone wasn't ringing. It rang one time this morning, but then I ended up blocking the person, and I said, I've not only blocked, but I blocked and I removed the phone number out of my phone. So if anything happens with me, I won't be able to call the person, and that's just what I'm doing from now on. When I'm walking away, I'm just walking away. So I get a phone call, and I'm talking on the phone. Next thing I know, some of the things that you were saying for a while, I was wondering where you were getting that from. But I just found something that shows that what you're saying is true. So I'm listening, and I heard the words, up until a couple of days ago when I actually saw it on the news, I didn't know, what you were saying. And that makes me feel a little bit on both sides of the coin, a little bit good that maybe now you understand that I'm speaking some form of truth, even though I'm only giving pieces of tidbits. That would drive me crazy, but I'm in a situation where I have to be careful. So when I was having that phone call, I realized that I need to continue to stay off of social media, very little comments and stuff like that. That is what I'm doing. I was giving some valuable information from someone who understands the dynamics. So I am thankful for that little piece of information that she shared with me because I will be doing a lot of shutting my big fat trap. Absolutely. But this morning I went to the laundromat. I mixed in my 2 tablespoons of Ariel, and then I put in my one little bit of vinegar, put it in my wash. But guess what I did? Now I am living on Brokeville Lane, so I have to monitor my nickels and dimes. So I already mapped out when I put my allowance on my laundry card how much it was supposed to last me. So then I'm looking at my laundry card and I'm like, this is not working out on it because I did that math with some pen and paper. And I don't care what apps they have out there. This girl is gonna stick with pen and paper because I can't fundamentally give up all access to my life to a calculator. Now I do use a calculator. I use whatever methods I use, but when the time arrives, I always do the best I can to use my head and my pen and paper because I want the ability to write and I want the ability to use my head. I said, this math is not working. So when I'm looking in the machine, I'm like, uh, so this machine is saying 225, but before it said 2.00. So now you messing with my nickels and dimes. So I said, okay. At that moment, I heard my friend laughing and calling me cheap and all this other stuff because she loves to call me cheap. She loves to laugh and she does stuff like that. And sometimes I have to take a step back and I have to say, okay, it is what it is. But the bottom line is, I'm not playing with my nickels and dimes. So I did my wash and came home and I hung up my stuff. Now, I don't care what you see there. That's my blessing rack, and that's where it's gonna stay. And it's already dry. I have to wait until I give myself a break, and that break is for me to do some loving around here, and that is part of the loving, taking care of my laundry. So, my clothing is hung over the top of the doors. Now, see this right here? I don't know how anybody can deal with this. I don't even know what that is. I can't. I'm trying to figure it out because I have to actually keep my phone on. We get messages from the building and stuff like that. A new caseworker messaged me. I didn't even know how to do it. So I need to figure out what's. I shouldn't have never. I shouldn't have never looked at it. I should have looked at it, but I, I see what it is now. It's a message because I'm getting these different sounds on my phone, but I I shouldn't have read it. I shouldn't have read it, but I have to call my daughter back. I have to call my daughter back. I have to call my daughter back. And um, I should have changed my glasses. I'm having an issue with my vision. I'm trying to get an appointment, and that right there, that little doggy over there, I don't know what's going on. I apologize, and I'm really sorry, but I really don't have anything to apologize for. I should stop doing that. I haven't actually seen my daughter in about, I think it's been at least 30 days now, so it may be more. But when I was saying times are hard, I completely forgot people have issues with pets. And it's hard for me to say what the reality of it is because of how it may sound coming from someone who is a pet lover. I love pets. When I say pets, I actually mean cats. I'm afraid of dogs, but that little cutie pie was saying hi to me today. Ooh, he's so cute. I would love to borrow him, like let him get to come over here and like babysit him, like for the day or something, to see how I can get. Cause I can actually have a pet here. But my daughter wants me to take Pepper. Now, I'm sure some of you may have seen Pepper and Minnie, especially before I got rid of my first channel. I raised them, and she's struggling to afford food and litter for Minnie and Pepper. I have been trying to explain to her that I actually can't take Pepper because Pepper sheds a lot. And if I was in here and there was no crafting in here and my goods were not leaving the house at any point in time, then I may consider taking Pepper. But I can't take Pepper for one reason and one reason only. I can't fundamentally manage the scratching on my furniture, and I can't take that there. Now, there is an issue that she's having that I have never had, so I don't understand how the issue is being dealt with. They have this rancid smell in the area, whatever. I never had that here. When I had Minnie and Pepper, I basically put litter and food on my regimen the same way I did my bills and everything else because I don't know what type of person I am, but I had litter and food stacked up high. But now it's to the point where she needs litter and she needs food, and I'm explaining to her that I can help in some areas of whatever, but I can't do litter and food. I just can't because I don't have it. And I feel bad because I actually this month had to pay $100 on a parking ticket that I did not put on the car. Now I have $200 more that I have to pay, but I have to pay 100 next month and 100 the next month, which means what? I can barely drive anywhere because I can't park on the road. Why? Because they are going to take what? My freaking vehicle. So those are the things that I've had to deal with, but I have not been complaining. I don't want to call anybody and say you owe me. The bottom line, the bill is in my name, so I'm responsible for it. So now she's like, when the first part of it, now this, I don't, I'm gonna have to pause this. Oh, she's typing. Can you see? She's typing right there. I mean, good. Oh, I'm so proud of my sweet baby. There was someone feeling a little low about themselves, and she's turning into a little Shay. So, kindness and all of that. So now she's at the barber shop, and this person is I'm so proud of him. She's proud of him because he's learning to love himself. He's at the barber shop getting his hair cut. So I have to turn this phone off now so she don't disturb my nerve. Turning my phone off. But I'm so thankful. I kid you not. I have gone through a massive struggle, but I miss her too. She said, "I miss you" at the top, and she's been trying to get here. It's like it's over an hour on the bus, and now she has this person with her, and he's in like a homeless situation. So she's trying to extend, kindness, but I'm trying to explain to her that you can extend kindness, but what you cannot do, extend that kindness to me because I feel, people's, and I can't go through that right now. I'm working on myself. So when she messaged me just now, she needed cat food and stuff. And a few days ago, she said, "Mommy, can you call one of your friends?" I said, I nipped it in the bud. I said, absolutely not. But I'm going to go back to my video. I just wanted to say my daughter messaged in the very beginning when she said she missed me. And I miss her too. I actually miss her too. But I had to stay away. I had to do the distance for a while to get me where I needed to go. I am still not well. I'm still in trauma. That's why I have to block people because I don't want anyone feeling like they have access to, popping in and seeing how I'm doing when you wasn't seeing how I was doing when I was struggling, when I needed food and all those other things. And one of the things that I'm really hurt by is the fact that me and Beverly are on the outs, and not because I did something right, I did something wrong. I was going through a mental stress, and I was not easy, but I cannot say that I am wrong when I don't feel I was wrong. There was times that her phone went to call me and then it hung up, and it went to call me and it hung up. So if I'm already feeling a certain way about a phone and then I'm seeing a number and then you hanging up, I'm feeling a certain type of way, and I'm already feeling, and I have literally been proven that I was followed and everything outside. So I was feeling a certain type of way. But anyway, I'm not complaining. I dropped a little envelope today. I dropped two people on it. Three of my viewers that got kindness in the mail today, and that's it. But I'm gonna show a few things. Now, this here is chicken in a can, and I ate this quite often. I have been taking some herbs to clean my stomach out. I guess like whatever. So something with mushrooms and all this other stuff. I don't want to put my products on this camera for a reason. So now I'm not saying I'm taking anything. I'm just saying I might be. But wormwood, black walnut and cloves. That might be a product that I've been taking. So what I've been able to notice is that my body is changing from the inside. So a lot of things that I have been able to eat before, I'm not able to eat now because I can taste a difference. My body feels a little different, and so it's hard to really explain it, especially when I don't have full control of everything that I need right now. So I'm doing everything in my power to stay off of this channel, to not be in this situation, because this channel does not provide fundamentals. Now, the blessing is that I have recently learned from watching other people and some other people, because I put the ban on YouTube. I watched someone wash their hand in the kitchen sink today. I don't know your name, girl, but you know who you are. I watched braid her daughter's hair that was hanging over the couch. So what I'm focused on right now are people who watch me, and I watch them. The entire video, it runs. I don't play it in the sandbox. If you supporting me, I'm damn sure gonna support you. But other than that, there's a lot of stuff that was causing issues with me. Now, I don't know if this air is on, but I'm having a hot flash and my back is really bad today, boys and girls. Is this on? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's on. So, I don't know why, but I woke up with a bad back. Whew. But I kid you not, that's not gonna stop me. And my shoulders, but I know why that's like that. I did my Tai Chi this morning. I did the exercise in the chair, so that might be it. But I need to get my weights because I have zero strength in my arms. Going back to what I was talking about, this I can't eat anymore. So I don't even want to stock this in case of an emergency because I don't want to eat it. That's it. So this is my last can, and I will not be eating it. That I can promise you. And this right here is my last can. I will not be eating it. I just can't eat it. My body is rejecting it. I can't eat it. So I'm not going to eat it. There's no ifs, ands, or maybes about it. Now, today I had, I think, 8 cans of tuna fish delivered to my home. Maybe six, but it doesn't matter. I will be stocking my tuna fish. So a few days ago, I had about 8 cans delivered. Some is in water, some is in oil. I decided to do water and oil, and I'm going to explain to you why. I watched someone's video, and she's using oil because there's times she may need oil, and you don't know what the crisis may be. And then she's getting water. No, another man is getting water because you don't know what the crisis may be. You may need something to drink. So if he gets water, he can drink the water in the can of the fish. So whatever the bells and whistles are, I took from that what I found could be beneficial to me. So when I get my, if you hear that, that's the laundromat across the hall. It startles me. It's a constant thing. Not all the time, but after certain hours. So that's why I'm getting oil and I'm getting water. I wasn't using tuna fish because that's one of the things that I tend to forget to use, but almost every delivery that I plan on having a chicken of the sea in there. Why? Because I did a lot of research, and this tuna fish is good. I actually make a can of tuna fish and I eat it with crackers. I have purchased this month 5 dozen of eggs in my refrigerator. And then today when I got my order, I got this one here. Now, I'm not sure, but I am almost positive I didn't put this in my cart. So I believe this is a blessing, but I am almost positive because I didn't take the chance to look at it. I never opened it up. I left it on the table. I almost positive I didn't put this in my cart because I have been picking up 12 eggs. So this was a blessing. There you go. So I was wondering. I never even thought about it. So those are the things. Now, I really had a fight against me because I wanted some ice cream, but I had to remember one thing. I don't have the willpower, and I don't want to use the word willpower. Willpower, I'm removing from my vocabulary. I'm going to move with intention the best I can. So, what I actually ended up purchasing was a bag of frozen fruit. If I'm not mistaken, it has mangoes, strawberries, and I think pineapples. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I found my little blender machine type of thing. I'm going to put that in the blender. And then if I can get it to taste like something that is like real sweet or like a real dessert, that's what my dessert's going to be. I do not plan on buying ice cream in any way, shape, or form. I've seen enough videos where people left the ice cream on a sandwich, I mean the cone and the sandwich outside overnight and it didn't melt. So there goes that. I'm not buying it anymore. I am really happy about one thing that I know is going to be hard for people to understand, and I'm not asking you to do anything that I'm doing. I'm just telling you what I'm doing that I'm really proud of. I absolutely don't buy any cereal made by General Mills. I actually don't buy any cereal at this point at all. So, but when I started my venture on trying to change what I was eating, the very first thing I had to do was eat and then take a stock on how I felt. And when I ate anything by General Mills, I always had a feeling, and part of that feeling was needing a nap. Now, I'm going to use the word the best way I can because it is just what it is. There is a thing people call niggeritis, and you eat and you need a nap. Now, I don't want to eat and nap because I know what eating and napping really does to your body. And on top of that, when I do have issues with my narcolepsy that I still I still have to deal with, and my syncope, because boys and girls, I'd be in that room in there sometime and they try to do, and next you know, the wobble come on. I could be recording, and next you know, I could feel it coming on, and I have to do one thing, like my doctor said. Wherever I am, just lay down, even if it's on the ground, just lay down. And boys and girls, when you don't listen and you just let yourself drop, that drop really hurts. And I kid you not, it does. So I immediately, so for the last few days, I have been doing this, having fainting spells, and it is because sometimes the air is off in here. Now, you may say to yourself, oh, but I thought the air was built into your rent. Well, it sure is, but the air is too damn cold, honey. So I'm not used to that kind of cold unless I open a window or something like that. And I do like, fresh air. So I haven't been sleeping with the air on, and I put the fan on. Right now, the fan is on. And it sounded like the air was on, but it doesn't feel like it's on. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I am so happy about that. And then it took me a while, but I had to go through a struggle on Facebook to get a whole lot of stuff off my main screen. And I realized that the three little dots that's there, I had to push hide, and then it asks you why, and then I just put, whatever the case may be. I had to move away from a lot of the videos with all of the news and all the other stuff, especially the politics and all the other stuff, because that was depressing me, and it was depressing me. And I actually see what that type of content does. And it makes people get a certain way when they're outside too. Now, I don't have anything against politics. I just don't want it in my space or my head while I am getting myself into a state of affairs where I have to take care of myself. I am by myself, so it is what it is. And I choose to be by myself. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm by myself, because nobody wants me, honey. Yes, people want me, but they want me for the wrong reason. They want access to me for what they can get, because what? I am a giver. So I don't want that kind of access. I don't want anyone around me unless they understand I have nothing to bring to the table. If you drop into this table, you come on, honey, because if you're looking for anything, me sitting on the computer, me figuring out, I don't have a goddamn thing. Nothing. I don't want nobody around me. Because every time I turn around, when I try, for one, I'm loyal. Then I have to go through all this wobbly bull crap. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that. And I really and truly thank God for one thing. I cry a lot because I still suffer from depression. I still suffer from the narcolepsy and all that other stuff. But I kid you not, I love myself enough to know that regardless of what a man brings to the table, I can still choose me if I have to give up me and my peace to have a man attached to me. I'm not looking for that. I don't necessarily want to be washing extra dishes, washing extra clothes, mopping the floor. I kid you not, boys and girls, I have a trauma thing in me. I need, like, I don't know, can you see this box that's on my floor? That box has to go out, but it has to go downstairs to the garage, around, and to the wall. And guess what? I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna make use of that box, but that box is going in the closet or somewhere. But I'm doing everything in my power not to store, because that type of stuff has caused me mental. But it doesn't matter. If it is what I have to do, I have to do it. But I have to take care of me. I am so freaking proud. I actually had someone tell me that she's proud of me, that I never thought in a million years would even notice. And she said it this morning. And I love this person with everything in me, but there's times that there's laughing for no reason. And I'm like, like with the laundry, when I came in the house, she feels I'm cheap, but she doesn't ever have to worry about money. She has no worry in the world about money right now. If just say something happened, she can go in her house, and she can pull up a couple of G's. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking over 10. So when you're dealing with that type of person, you really can't say, well, it doesn't matter. I'm bringing that, and you best believe when I go wash again, I'm gonna get the calendar today, and I'm gonna write down when I wash my load, and I'm going to be real intentional about my clothes. That's another reason why I'm thankful that no one is laying in my bed. But anyway, there are times we have to sit down, buckle down, boys and girls. But I kid you not, I am so happy. I didn't realize yesterday was Saturday, and yesterday was the blessing day for me to give myself a cup of coffee. I'm like, and I wanted a cup of coffee yesterday too, and I'm like, I didn't know yesterday was Saturday. I'm dying for a cup of coffee. Boys and girls, you see that? I got my coffee in there today. But I am so happy. Even though I'm not happy, I'm not where I should be, you know what I'm saying? But having my coffee on the weekends allows me to have my coffee longer. I'm not saying I want it to go stale, and I don't think it goes stale anyway. I got that beautiful can on my counter. But I've been having more tea, and I know now that I have to just continuously do some of the things I have to do. Now, the other day, I purchased 5 whole chickens, and my friend said to me, "You bought 5 whole chickens?" Yeah, I did. And why would you? Because I needed them. Now, this morning, I had a snack, which was chicken. A couple of days ago, I had some chicken in a thing with some mayonnaise on it, and some crackers. I had a chicken sandwich a couple of days ago. This morning, I took a slice of pizza, put it in the air fryer. I put extra cheese on it and some chicken breast. Your girl is me grinding. So what have I been doing? Increasing my protein. So I have noticed that it's easier for me to purchase a whole chicken and eat off of that than for me to fry a chicken, because and I got rid of my oil, and my chicken frying pot is in that sink. There will not be any fried chicken in here. I made fried chicken twice in the air fryer, and the first one I ate, but it was okay, but it wasn't my favorite, but I still ate it because I cooked it and I loved it. But the second one, boys and girls, I could have sold it. It was so good, boys and girls. But I kid you not, in that deep freezer, I have about 7 packs of chicken legs, and that is for my chicken broth and my air fryer. So what I'm actually doing now is a little bit more intention, and that is I am mapping out the fact that I want to make my own chicken broth. So my crock pot that I thought was no good. Um, every so often, I put 6 legs in the crock pot with a whole bag of mixed vegetables and a whole onion that I just chop up in four, and then I put a little bit of love in there. I have not been putting salt in there. At the very end, when I unplug the pot, I put a little salt in there, but I have put a tablespoon of vinegar in there, and I do notice that whatever the vinegar does, you can feel the difference between the pot that doesn't have the vinegar. So the tablespoon of white vinegar goes in there, as well as everything else is in there, and that's my chicken broth. So I have chicken broth almost every morning in place. Matter of fact, in this cup right here is chicken broth every morning. But this right here is a ginger and something herbal tea. So I have this tea here, and I have my coffee here, and then right there on the counter I have my flavored water. So it doesn't matter what I have access to drink. There are times when I feel like I need coffee. I may need, so that cup is going to be filled with water, my water and my ice, my flavored water and my ice. And this here, I had to have my stomach tea, calm stomach. That's what this is right here. I had to have this calm stomach before I walk out my front door. Yeah! Yes, I love my neighbors. If you have IBS, do you understand, honey? And before I walk out of my door and get in that elevator around other people, I'm taking the calm tea. Because if I don't, my neighbor's gonna be saying like, "What the hell happened to that lady? Did you get up past my?" So before I knew I had to go downstairs in the lobby for like 30 minutes, wait for my driver. So I'm like, we're gonna give us some love, and this way I had this calm tea. Mm, mm. I tell you, boys and girls, it is delicious. Woo, mm. But I am in a few groups. I got out of a lot of groups, boys and girls. Some of that stuff I just couldn't deal with. Some stuff is just, you just can't deal. It's just too much. It's just too much. You just gotta say goodbye. But I kid you not, what I'm really enjoying now is that people are stocking what they're going to eat. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why I'm so thankful for Coral, because she had to take a 360 on some of the things that she was doing before from what she's doing now. And I am so thankful that she understands that, some of these things we need to do. So I am definitely stocking up my damn tuna fish. Why? Because I open up 2 cans of tuna fish and I put it in a bowl and I have it with hot sauce. That is a meal for me. So sometimes I'll have it in a bowl and I'll have some crackers. But now I said I'm going to end up getting a few more boxes of saltine crackers. And instead of having 2 cans of sardines, I'm going to open one, have me a few crackers, my sardines, and it's going to let me have a little can left over. So when I mentioned in one of the groups, yes, the air conditioner's on. It's on now. When I mentioned the sardines, someone said, "I wish I could eat sardines." She said, "But I just can't eat those." You have no idea how happy I am to know somebody doesn't eat sardines. That means it might be more for me. But this is no time to be getting afraid and going to the store and just grabbing up everything. I am thankful for one thing and one thing only. I live alone. So I can do things in my bathroom that someone else may not be willing to do. But I will tell you something I did a couple of days ago and I was really happy for. I took my kitchen rags, I put it in the sink in the bathroom. I filled it up with some water, as much as I could take the warmth. I put in my Ariel soap and I put in my baking soda in the sink, and then I just started grinding my kitchen rags. Instantly, the grease started just coming off of the rags. I was able to feel the difference. And when I finished washing my rags, I was able to feel that my rags were so clean. That's why I love Ariel laundry detergent. But I'm gonna tell you the truth about me, boys and girls, and maybe you'll understand, maybe you don't. But my channel is gonna change. You'll see in a few weeks when you start noticing some changes. I lived in fear for so long, and I am realizing that although I still have a lot of reasons to live in fear, I have a lot of reasons not to. So I'm removing some things from my existence, trying to get myself to a point where I can be in a better state of well being because I want to possibly be in control of my rent in every capacity. If that isn't a goal that I always wanted and I still have, the only thing I can do is go after it. So I realized this morning, maybe yesterday, whatever the case may be, YouTube is not going to be it for me. Definitely not going to be it for me. So I'm thankful. I'm very, very thankful. But I do know that I have to find some way to earn. Now, I've, like I said, I've been away from YouTube, and I have, yes, today I turned on YouTube and I was watching people's videos, and a lot of people are having to monetize their channel with like a payment, like a $5 payment. And Facebook, a lot of people are aggressively doing that rage bait. But I'm gonna try to stay with YouTube for right now. On YouTube, the blessing for anyone is if anyone shops for them off their Amazon. If someone even sends someone $1 on their Cash App, those type of things help people who are building a channel. I saw a woman a couple days ago. She has her channel where you have to pay. And I absolutely truly understand why she has to do that, because she's actually working. YouTube is a job. YouTube is a job. For me, YouTube is therapy. But when it comes to this landlord here, YouTube has to be a job. There are a lot of people now that were in good places that are not. And I kid you not, when I saw two YouTubers fall and end up homeless, one is homeless just recently, but I was like, wow, what the hell happened? But then I sat down and I just said, you know what, let me do something. Let me go back 3 or 4 videos. And I went back 3 or 4 videos, and what I saw, I just couldn't. I said, I'm not even gonna. I'm not doing that, because everybody has their own, hustling grind, and it is a hustle in every capacity for everybody. But honey, I am not gonna sit down and watch somebody that I can see will go into Macy's, Nordstrom's, all these places and throw all this on their back and then turn around and say they don't have a pack of meat in the refrigerator. I don't give a damn about you and your meat. Go to Nordstrom's and tell them that you need a pack of meat. Bye. I don't have time for that. I also stopped and I looked at myself. And I am in a position where you walk into my home and you think, like, wow. And then you look at my checking account and you say, damn. But the bottom line is, you just have to remember what you have and focus on that. And that is where my blessings are coming from. I am working really hard to stay in gratitude. So, like when I was in the shower this morning, you know what I did? I started doing my squats. Although my back hurts, because it feels like there's a circle of pain in my back where I can't really bend. And I was doing, and I'm in, doing my worship, and I'm going down and going up. And I love my bathtub. You hear me? My bathtub has something built on the floor where your feet are on solid ground. I've never seen anything like that. And I don't know if this is the apartment that called me over a year ago to find out if I still wanted it, because they had to open up the kitchen and all this other stuff, and then they had to do something to the bath. I don't know if this is the place, but boys and girls, when I get in that bathtub, I don't feel danger like I felt in my last bathtub. Although that bathtub had a handle, but in this one, my feet are grounded, So it is a blessing. And then the toilet is higher, but that's not here or there. I just feel at this time we all have to stop. We have to look and we have to listen. And I truly believe in kindness. I truly believe in kindness. So I don't care what it is. I'm not going to lose my stock of kindness because of the situation I'm in. I just wish I was able to do more, but it is what it is. I actually had a situation happen to me a couple of days ago. I had a delivery of my food coming. I actually wanted to go to the store, but it was 85 degrees. There was no way I was going to go to the store. I wouldn't have made it back. Not with that heat. I couldn't do it. And then the driver, because I had all of the meat and stuff, I gave them a $15 tip. And then something happened at the register, and the order wasn't able to go through, but it showed on my end. I went to Capital One first. It showed on my end, so then I said to the girl, I said, "You have other people's orders. You can't wait on the line trying to figure out about my order." I said, "Let my order go and just take everybody else's order." I said, "Just make sure you put that it didn't go through." And she stayed there and she refused to let go of the order. And I said, I really am tired now. You need to just let go of the order. But I understood why she wouldn't let go of the order, because she saw the $15 tip. So when she did come, I was downstairs waiting, and I make sure I'm downstairs before they come. I'm usually waiting, sometimes like half an hour, but I would love to only wait like 5 minutes. But you just don't know. Sometimes I notice the app is not, So I was downstairs when she pulled up, and then I went outside. I went to the door and I told her, I said, "I'm so sorry, but I can't go any further than here. Not today." She said she understood, so she filled up the 2 wagons and stuff. And I then turned around and gave her a greeting card, a really nice greeting card. I think I gave her some socks in a bag, a tote bag, and a bracelet. But I kid you not, those are the things that I can't be putting on my channel for one reason and one reason only. It looks as if I'm just, but the problem is I don't have anywhere in this room to organize some of the stuff that I have. So it has to go. It has to go. So where better would it go than a kindness? You know what I'm saying? Rather than, I had a card I was going to throw in the garbage, and I said, "You know what? I can't do that because this card has some type of use to it." You know what I did? Just put an envelope together and put a stamp on it. And did I put a stamp on it? I think I did. If I did, it doesn't matter because my name is not on it. My address is not on it. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm hiding my address. If I have yours, then you surely have mine. There is a reason why my address is not on it when it leaves here. That's it, because you already know. If I have yours, you already have mine. So I don't want to play in the sandbox with anybody. But as far as YouTube, a lot of people have been really helpful in helping people with things in their home. And I mean on their YouTube lists, on their Amazon lists and stuff like that. So those are the ways that some people are able to earn, and it helps them. But there's so many people that are earning. I'm talking with thousands of subscribers that are getting like $6 and $7 from YouTube. YouTube has changed tremendously, and I am so thankful that I do know that YouTube will not be able to pay to take care of me. So I have to figure it out. I really do. So this morning I sat down and I said, "You know what? I moved in here last month. I'm gonna give myself a year to just try to grind." But you really don't know how hard it is to be able to do something like take care of yourself when you can't be in a room with other people. I can't be in around other people due to voices and all that other stuff. I cannot hear phones. I cannot hear keys. It is a sad state of affairs that if something happened to me, I couldn't survive because I can't survive out there. Now let me tell y'all something. Oh no! Wait a minute, boys and girls. Would you believe that someone saw a leopard? Are you serious? Do you understand how much grass and bushes and trees? Oh no! Oh hell no! I wanted to go walking this morning. What? I'm like, what? Not. Oh no! I said, ooh, nope. And then to find out that the bears come down over here. Oh no! And then they say, oh, but they just take them right back over there. What? I'm not there yet, boys. Oh no! Your girl is not. Oh me? Oh no! If I saw that, first of all, when I saw it, I thought it was a fox. I don't know the difference between friend and foe or whatever you call that. So the only thing I'm going to do is lay down and let it eat, honey, because I am already there. I don't care much about too much right now at this point. I don't have any control over my life, but it is what it is. This morning, I found a woman selling, stamping up um, the punches and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh my goodness, and she is only 50 minutes away from me, and boys and girls, I cannot drive 50 minutes, but it doesn't matter because I don't have the money anyway. But she and I are so close together, and she has all of the stamping up goodies, and I just want a few punches and a few stamps, you know what I mean? But I am like trying to stay away from that because I'm sick of myself. I'm sick of my freaking self because I can't get away from greeting cards no matter how I try. And I have prayed about it, but it won't go nowhere. So I won't even say what I'm working on, but it won't go nowhere. It's not going nowhere, so it is what it is. But I'm just so thankful that everybody's okay. I've been checking in through email. I messaged Coral a couple of days ago to say to let her know I was still thinking about her. And I'm working on a meal today. I don't know how to do it, but it is. I have to use. And now with these eggs here, I really have to make the meal, even though I didn't know what I. But I have seen this like pan, and you put eggs in it, and you make these little bites. But you're not gonna believe what happened to me, boys and girls. I am in here looking for this top that I cannot find, and then I said, wait a minute. Where is my baking pan? And would you believe, now I understand why they said I left so much stuff. I didn't even open up my oven to take out my pans. I did not move the washing machine to get all of my bowls. I did not move the washing machine to get all of my goodies out the drawers. I'm like, oh no. And those were my good pan, glass pan and everything. I'm like, oh my goodness, I had the good red top and everything. I'm like, oh my Lord. So now I'm like, oh my goodness. And I had that Tupperware forever. You hear me? Huh? So now I'm sitting there like, what the? And here I have no idea. But when I was leaving, I was not well. My head was so gone, boys and girls. I absolutely realized 2 days ago I'm missing some spray bottles. Now, in my home, I had a big bottle of bed bug spray. I would spray every few weeks around my apartment, just make sure I'm good. And then I had another spray, which was this really good insect roach type of spray. Every few weeks, I would spray around, because I didn't want any of that stuff in my unit. So now I'm looking like, where is my? And I'm like, oh, my head was so like, and I'm trying to get all of the, I'm seeing all the walls and everything, but I'm like, and I had a bottle, and the two sprays stayed right by the door on the floor at the entrance, and I had a bottle of peppermint spray that I would spray every few days to keep the mice out. Then I had the cloves that I would throw around, so I had by the front door I had two bottles here, then I had one over there just to make sure, like if I'm vacuuming, then I could vacuum and I could pick up the spray and walk around and do the spray. It was like, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't have anything, none of my goodness here. So, the good thing is this building looks well kept, well kept. They don't play in the sandbox over here, so there's no. But I still plan on having somebody on my own come up in here and seal some holes. I'm not playing. I am so thankful we don't have the radiators and all that other stuff and the air conditioning window and all that. Ooh, I had a bumblebee family somewhere near my window every summer, and it would just the bees would be on the and I used to panic because I am terrified of bees. Bees always sting me. They don't like me. But mosquitoes love me. They don't bother me. It's something in my blood. They don't bother me at all. But anyway, I would like to ask everybody to just tell me if you like. If you don't feel like I'm chasing you, because you don't have to do nothing for me, honey. Just tell me like one or two things you eat that can go in my cabinet. I just want to like find some other type of foods. I don't want to just eat the same thing. But I am learning that a lot of people who are reducing their cost in every way is sticking to a routine, like when say like long time ago people used to do. I don't know how you call that, but it is a learning process. But I'm working on a meal that I want to cook. I don't know how to do it. I just know the taste I want. And I already thawed out my sausage. I'm just waiting to see if it's gonna thaw out. If it's gonna finish thawing out, but it's going to take a few eggs. I'm going to put some I think it's some squash or look like a cucumber. I have it in the refrigerator. I said I was going to take it out, defrost it, and just throw it in there because I know it's good for me. And I'm just trying to find some ways to introduce those type of foods into what I'm eating. I cannot lie. I am thankful for a whole lot of things that I have been learning over the last few years. But to hear someone say to me that what she can see people are dealing with now, that I have been preparing myself for the last few years, I was so freaking glad to hear that because it makes me understand why how hard it is for someone to hear me sometimes. But I'm not going to be doing too much of that at all. But I will be doing the best I can to remove some things. I just wish I was able to bring in a little kitty cat, but I can't do that. I can't do that. And you know another thing why I won't bring Pepper here? I had Pepper, and my daughter had Minnie. My daughter's emotional well-being, because Pepper wasn't there, was so unbearable. I just couldn't take it. And the amount of pain that I felt knowing I was giving Pepper up, I had to detach from Pepper on my own. And she just came one night when after she and I helped her get all the paperwork and everything to get approved for them, because she was only allowed to get one, and then I helped her get both, and they allowed both. But now she understands. But see, I tried to help cushion her fall, but she wasn't able to hear at the time because all she wanted was her babies, and that's it. Now she understands she can't take care of both of them. But she's like, Mommy, I know. And I told her no, and now I keep saying to her. But when I spoke to her a few minutes ago, because yes, I did speak to her a few minutes ago, I told her the only thing I can do is try. But I'm gonna tell you what I did do. I already purchased one Amazon card that's in this house. I have so many things that I need, and the only thing I can do right now is hold the card because I have one direction that I want it to go. But I can't say to myself, I'm gonna put it there when this is needed. And when I say this, I'm saying, like, just for instance, my building only wants 13-gallon garbage bags. Now, I love 13-gallon garbage bags. That's what I always use. But there's a difference when you choose it from when it's regulated in your lease. You understand? So then now I say to myself, I have to now start going to Walgreens. Walgreens is up the block and CVS is up the block. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna join a group for the couponing for the CVS and the Walgreens because the the garbage bags is a need now. Before I wanted 13 gallons, but I could have thrown my garbage in a brown bag and thrown it down in there. I can't in my other building. I can't do that here. They have a camera right over the garbage, so you play in the sandbox if you want to. I'm not doing that. Whatever the rules are, they're following of I. Did you get that? I hope you did. Love me. Mm, mm. I know it's going to be hard for someone to understand, but I don't care how hard it is. If someone is taking and your cup is empty, honey, you may do something that's really hard, but you're gonna have to fly, honey, fly. I would rather be by myself and buck my knee on the ground, drop down, and have nobody here to pick me up, than to be in the house with poison. I can't get bit by the snake more not too many more times. My friend said to me, she said one thing with you. She said when you learn for sure, she said you know yourself. Amen. Yes, the hell I do. Because I got a phone call this morning and I made it very clear, what's acceptable on my phone and what's not. And say I understand well, and then turn around not even 30 minutes later on my phone. So you know what I did? Delete the number. At first I blocked the number, then I deleted the number. So now, yeah, you're blocked and you're done. So and you know my address. If you want to come, just let somebody buzz you in and bring you up. But you have no access to my phone anymore. You don't understand what it is to use your phone for survival. My doctor may call, my therapist may call, my pharmacy may need me, and then have foolishness beeping in and beeping in. I can't take that beeping. See what happens when you turn it off? Peace. Yes. But I wish you all well, and thank you so much, Tina. Please send me a video. I don't know what's wrong. I can't find a video. Are you on vacation? If you are, stay on vacation because I do understand. Okay. And I was thinking that I was going to go downstairs and get on a treadmill, but I'm not there yet because I can see myself falling on the side. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.